Hey, it's Greg with Reality REI. Tip of the day coming to you from Summit Point, West Virginia, doing some kart racing today. And the tip of the day is if you are buying a house that is on a crawl space, I highly suggest that you get someone to inspect your crawl spaces for you. Kind of like a septic and well, I always get someone to inspect those, mainly because you can't see under them. But if you can crawl under them, great. If you want to and you feel like an expert at it, great. But don't think that just because a house is on a crawl space and the floors are level that you're good to go. One of the big expense that people don't think about is the vapor barrier that's required underneath the house, and the vapor barrier basically prevents moisture from coming up from the ground up into the living space. It just kind of happens naturally. The vapor barrier prevents that from happening. The next thing is insulation. Just like you would insulate an attic, you also have to insulate the floors. It's typically going to be looked at by a home inspector and caught by a home inspector. It may or may not, but you got to consider that expense or count on that expense when you're buying a place that has a crawl space. You're going to have to, insulate, especially if it's one that needs work. More than likely that insulation is probably old, maybe a little moldy, probably fallen down in spots, and once it hits the ground it gets moist and nasty, and you're going to have to replace it. So just count on that expense when you're doing it. And that can range a lot, of course, obviously according to the size of the house, but it's not uncommon to have a vapor barrier that might cost, I would say an average of $3,000 to $5,000. If you're looking at for a single family, a townhouse might be, $2,000. Insulation is included in that price. That kind of gives you a rough ballpark of what to expect, but it's definitely a hidden gotcha if you're not thinking about it. Also, someone that's coming into your crawl space can also look for issues. Sometimes you might have a level floor, but it might be on a temporary jack, and someone's going to want that to be permanent. So that's why you want a pro to come in and look at underneath your foundation or underneath your crawl space to make sure there aren't any major issues. They're going to be gotchas when you go to resell your home. So it's Greg with Reality REI. Tip of the day coming to you from Summit Point, West Virginia. Make it a great day.